Hello everyone. Today we'll be talking about a secret and the number one thing that I do at the foundation while working with families. Before I do that, let me recap what I covered in the last two videos. First, we talked about compliance-driven interaction, punishment, spanking, power and control, and threats and bribery and intimidation, and how all of that is really out when it comes to the science. So let's leave it in 2019, let's move ahead, let's go forward and use all that we've learned to move with us. Before I do that, let me recap what we talked about in the previous two videos. First, we talked about compliance-driven interaction and how it just isn't the way anymore. I explained why it isn't setting up kids for success, because when they are stuck in fear, they are not able to think and problem solve and engage and be with the world in an effective way. I explained why the Meltdown Method works better than anything that I have seen so far. I also shared exactly how you can get started implementing the Meltdown Method. In case you haven't watched the first two videos, go back and do that because there is quite a bit of value in there, and I've designed these videos so that you can get a head start on this method and all the benefits that come with it. So if you didn't get a chance to watch those two videos, go back and do that because there's a lot of value in those two videos, and I hope that you'll benefit from them even starting today. Now I'll share the secret, and this has truly changed my own life and so many humans that I know, so I really hope you get to experience the benefits and feel the results starting today. Before we do that, let's think about the ways that we might feel alone in this. Maybe it's that you are out and a child has emotion and suddenly everyone is casting glances or sharing advice or telling you that if you just did this, if you just spanked that child, that everything would be okay. Or if you just gave them that isolated timeout, that would work so well and all your problems would be solved. How can you be confident in showing up this way when you didn't experience this growing up? So there's a question of, is this the right way? Or how do I do this? Maybe there's a harsh inner critic that is lined up to tell you all the things that you should be doing differently or that you should have done better to result in a child's behavior, because that harsh inner critic is really set by so much of what we have heard all throughout life. We get stuck in this guilt or shame spiral and feel disconnected and feel isolated or alone in this because this way of interacting is really countercultural and is new to so many. This drives our fear and our stress and makes us more prone to yell and more prone to default to those old patterns that we know aren't working anymore. And we start to judge ourselves by feeling not enough. When we are being intentional with relationships and kids and trying to do this, it is so foreign to so much of the world. And for kids, these feelings of disconnection are the same. So when kids are disorganized or they're having a hard time and they are melting down, they often feel like they are different or they are bad or they are alone in some way, even if they're not saying that or the behavior isn't showing that. What do they need in these moments? What do we need in these moments? The answer is, and the secret is, connection. Connection is what drives our nervous systems, our brains, and our bodies to feel that safety and security, to be able to release emotion in a healthy way. Connection is the only sustainable way to change and grow and develop and to help relationships and connect versus hinder or harm or eat away at them. Because of this, I developed what I call Thriving in 10. Thriving in 10 is 10 minutes of special time with the individual child to get back to connection in this world that pulls us so far away from it. It is the basis of all resilience and true empowerment from the inside out for kids and for adults. So how to do this, how to get started today. I put together 10 ways to start Thriving in 10 special time right now. So let me walk you through exactly how it works so you can get started today and let me know how it goes along the way. The secret is that it isn't about doing anything. The first step is carving out space in your schedule to be with that child one-to-one. It is all about creating space to connect and to reduce the expectation, to lower the bar, to drop demands, and instead of going through the motions, being fully present as much as you humanly can. When a child is continuously testing limits and acting out and misbehaving and we're feeling like nothing is working, this is the first step that I would suggest. So here we go, 10 steps to thriving in 10. Number 1, name this time together. So pick a special name, collaborate, decide on it together. It's a special time that's exclusive to that child and that everybody knows is their special time. Number 2, get on the floor. We all have animal bodies, and by standing up and over kids, we are indicating threat, even if that is so far beyond our intention. When we get on the floor with them, we show them that physiologically or from a body level, we are in it with them. We are together. We want to be with them. We are literally moving in and moving closer to them. 3 is minimal objects or toys. You are the best toy. We are the best sensory tools just in our faces and our body language and everything that's coming up with us. 4, pause and watch, observe, notice, create space to just watch the child. If that's all you do, that's successful. Number 5 is to follow the child's lead. Join their interest. Share their attention on whatever it is that they're doing. 6 is to ditch teaching, ditch correcting, ditch that directing that we are so good at as adults. If a child is playing an entirely different way than we would, or that the game is intended, go with it. Follow their lead. We can be there to expand play and to enrich it and to guide it, but not to direct and not to correct. Imagine if you were with a friend and they were correcting you the whole time, or asking questions and firing off questions the whole time. Would that be fun and meaningful and connecting, or would it be exhausting? Probably exhausting. Number 7, put the phones on hiatus. Pick a vacation spot for the phones, for the devices. Put them there until you are done with the special time. Number 8, if being with the child is challenging and being in the play is challenging, check that out. Ask questions. Notice. What is coming up for you? What do you need in this moment? Are there old ideas about play that are coming up? Number 9 is no tickling unless the child asks. Tickling is a complex pain, pleasure, sensation that so often kids will laugh with, even if they don't really like it. So I typically try to avoid tickling no matter what. Number 10, if everyone is laughing, you are on the right track. And I don't mean laughing like silly dysregulation, spiraling out of control, nervous laughing. I mean laughing like authentic being together. So there you have it, 10 steps to thriving in 10. The goal overall is to focus on being versus doing. So think less about doing and more about just lowering the bar for your expectations, doing less, and being present for them. In order for us to be effective in this process, the child needs to feel seen for the individual that they are. So how can we see them? How can we say with our energy that there is nowhere I'd rather be in the world right now than right here with you? So think about the gift this would be if somebody delighted in you just for being, not for your achievements, not for how you are performing, not for what you are bringing to the table, but just simply for being you. By doing this, we provide that secure, safe home base that is so profoundly influential to a child's emotional regulation. So when all of the external factors are distracting us from this, how do we get to it? What I would like you to do is to start doing this today. Give it a try. Today, tomorrow. Put it in your schedule and tell the child when it is scheduled. So having that consistent time of the week that they can count on helps this be easier for everybody. So if you feel like you are kind of slacking on connection because all day you're working and it's confusing because you're there but you're not available, you can tell the child, hey, I can't wait to play with you later. I can't hear that right now because I'm on the phone, but I cannot wait to be with you later when we have our special time. And you'll have this special name for it that they can count on, you can count on. It makes life easier for everybody. Start in the easier moments. Start when you're feeling good. Start on a day where things are going well. Make thriving in 10 special time then and develop this muscle, develop a rep for that connected time together. Then notice how when everybody is frustrated, everybody's having a hard time, everybody is disconnected, this may be exactly when you need it the most. If this trick has been helpful, I have got good news because in the course we will be diving into this process and diving into this topic and really thoroughly getting this foundation of connection at the core. We'll be talking about how to play to release pent-up emotional baggage, to release physical baggage, and to nurture that child's body and mind in a way that's so supportive all throughout the day. We'll talk about what to do when play feels hard. or boring, or just totally uninteresting or inaccessible to you. This is the most up-to-date training, and it is based on all that I have learned doing the Thriving Through Meltdowns program this year and all of the work that I've done with families before then. This is the most up-to-date training that I have, and it is rooted in all that I've learned doing Thriving Through Meltdowns since its initial release. Stay tuned for the next video. I will see you there.